Good morning. You can find new episodes every Wednesday on Spotify or YouTube. All right, welcome back. You got Jason and Alex with Scrambly Dads podcast here. Mikey had his golf trip, left, and was sick when he left, and then played the golf trip apparently, and is still not feeling great. So he's taking a week off.
Ooh.
So you get to listen to us again.
Do we know what he has? Just a basic cold, or did he get something more involved?
He said a cold, but I don't know. I mean, I had a sinus infection a few weeks ago that lingered and lingered and lingered, and it was very annoying. So with the weather going back and forth, it's always changing. And he went from South Texas to Grand Traverse, Michigan. I can imagine the weather's quite different in that scenario.
Yes, very different.
So I'm sure. And then getting on an airplane while already being congested probably just made things worse. So hopefully we'll have him back, hear about his rounds. I will admit that we follow each other on DeGrint, so I know his scores. I just don't know how he got to the scores. And I came about that by accident. I was on DeGrint the other day, looking at a course, just for shits and giggles, I guess. Was just sitting there trying to look something up. And I just happened to see the golf trip, all the scores of the guys. And I was like, oh, well, I might as well look at Mikey's while I'm here. So I know I am very interested to see how he got those scores, though.
All right. Were they good, bad, or typical Mikey?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
You're not getting any information out of me. This is Mikey's story to tell.
Okay. No, that's fine.
I think, I mean, I'll just put it this way. There was an outlier. I'm not going to say good or bad. There was an outlier, and I'm interested to see what the outlier was. Because there are two scores that were like right on top of each other.
How many, 3 rounds? 2 rounds? How many did they play?
3. They played one Friday, one Saturday, one Sunday, if I remember correctly.
See, I don't even think my body can even handle
that. You'd be surprised. You play first thing in the morning, you get the whole day to relax and go, and it's riding carts and everything. So
yeah, riding carts. I guess it depends on how aggressive, like, you play. Like, you ease into the first round as the practice, middle round is like another practice you're tuning up, and then that third round is like, okay, let's go for it.
Well, yeah, the third round, it also depends on how much, you partake at night, because those rounds can be good or bad, depending on how much sleep you may or may not get or how much alcohol you decided to drink. So those golf trips are always, it's fun. It's just as much chemistry as it is athletics. You got to make sure you don't overindulge so you can continue to play, or you got to wake up and start drinking first thing in the morning.
I can't afford that, so I'll be fine.
What, your 3-day hangover at the age of 47 is going to be tough to overcome?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I've matured. I've controlled it.
You've matured. Well, let's talk about your maturity with your rash iron purchase that you didn't tell me about until I saw it on social media. Because I don't know if that just reeks of maturity, but you got to tell me what spurred this decision. And
it was more of just playing the game, because I actually had them. They came in, I think, a week or so before I posted, and I just didn't have time to set it up and kind of create a reveal. So I was just like, okay, so. But I know, okay, it all started when we had, gosh, it's probably been like a month now when we talked about my fitting or semi-fitting back end of summer. And, everything that was going on with my body, just like one thing after another, and it just wasn't ideal. So rested, and then went to PGA, just something easy. And I knew because they had more variety of equipment to try. I felt like Golf Tech just they have a lot, but they didn't have like I was like, oh, I wanted to try the Titleist, the 790 or the 770 or whatever, and something else of Callaway's, and they didn't have they had the shaft, but they didn't have the correct adapter for it or something like that. And I was like, well,
Oh, they didn't have the fitting adapter.
yeah, for that particular shaft, that whatever the iron was, because I thought they were all universal. But anyways, so I was like, okay, well, I didn't get to try everything I wanted. Waited it out, relaxed, just rested enough to make sure I wasn't having any weird ailments apart from the normal. Yeah, just went and tried them out. Tried a bunch of different settings, specs. To the 2-degree upright is still very true, which is fine, which we knew. But just, measurement wise, I was sitting there just going like, everything tells me, because, when you wear golf shoes, you're elevated a little bit and everything. And so I was like, measurements say I'm like that 30 standard, 36 half, whatever wrist to floor. But when I went to Tacoma and all these little quick online fitting deals, and it says, oh, I should probably be a 37-inch length um, standard shaft for that, whatever, or half inch. And let me phrase this, the half inch increase. So I went in and I just said, hey, try the standard. Like, okay, cool. It's like, can I try some half inches? Just extensions. Just let me try them. And it just felt more natural, easier for me to get in position with, my back being a little extra tight. And I was getting sim numbers or better numbers, spin distance without having to feel like I was swinging unnatural. It almost felt more natural with my posture with that. I was like,
Okay.
okay, cool. We got that. All right, let's try the DGs. All right, try Project X, which actually was better than I remember because I had Project X's years ago. And then I was like, I've been dying to try the KBS C tapers, just been wanting to try them, and they they give me they feel really good. And then uh, I definitely need the low spin option, um, and probably the low launch, just because the way I get handsy with my stuff. Ended up with the C taper, um, half inch stiff 120s, and then you laughing at her?
Yeah, I can't. I tried keeping that in. Um, I, I tried my best to just like cover my smile and power through that statement. But
She's
the
over
fact that your
here. I
wife in
think
the
she didn't quite
background is
handsy
laughing
with.
is I couldn't hold that one in. Okay,
It's pure
I'm listening.
entertainment.
C taper.
C taper, yeah, 120. It's still PG show. We're for good. Leave it to her to just take it the other way. Gosh. All right. So C taper, the 120s with the extra length, it does lower the swing weight. Oh my gosh. I'm talking legit tech stuff, and she's losing it. She can't handle.
that extra
We're recording. You can't say that.
that extra half inch. Well, hey, so you remember you remember last week when we were talking about how she makes you just belly laugh? I think we're getting to see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, yes, she's just over here bustling up, and she's like, "Oh, that half inch, no, handsy." Like it's like, oh my gosh, I'm talking about golf equipment.
And
Oh, jeez. Love you.
And there's marriage, guys.
There you are. That's it. All right. Oh gosh.
Oh man, got to compose ourselves
Yeah,
again.
drink. Yeah, recompose. I've only had water tonight. Oh gosh. All right. So I'm going to be thinking about all this next. Anyways, so with the extended length of the iron shaft, it lowers the swing weight, so it makes it easier. So we didn't get too wrapped up into it, but the club head speed was just a little faster overall, just because I was able to come through a little faster. And then um, the 7 iron, like within, like I would say, like a smooth, like not trying to kill or anything. If I make solid contact, my 7 iron now was getting like 165, 170 carry. So I was like, wow,
That's good.
okay, without me having to like, again, with a more natural, smooth style swing. Um, that was the direction I went with that part of it. And then as far as the brand switch, I mean, I've been Callaway irons for 15, almost probably 20 years.
Yeah.
I just I really like the TCBs, but again, they weren't forged face, they were forged body.
Hmm.
And you always kept mentioning it, and I came from forged heads when I switched those over, and I was like, gosh, I do kind of miss it. So tried some of the Callaway stuff, but the aesthetics, the stuff, and I don't know if it was their head weight setup. It just it just didn't mesh. So all right, let me try some TaylorMades. It was between that and the Titleist, comboing of 200s and I think the 150s, whatever
Yeah.
250s and
I remember us talking
lineup
about the
they have.
Titleist combos.
Yeah. So it was whatever their current release was, and then I like that Bombardier worn iron finish on the TaylorMades, but they wouldn't be able to get them until like starting October. And I was like,
Oh,
and
the
they said that'd only be the 770s. Then the MCs would be like late November. And I was like, well, I don't kind of want a weird split, because he's like, well, because he also, with the huge trade in I was doing, it has to be turned in within a certain time frame. So I would be
so you'd be without
missing.
half your bag.
Yes. I was like, never mind, just give me the stock brushed satin. And I've liked the combo idea, like the setup, because the 789 I know I could do pretty well with. So I did the MCs, a little more forgiving, etc. And then I was like, well, the 6 and 5s, I do want a little more help. So the 770s with that little extra pop. And I went ahead and got the 4, because there's points where I do like having the 4 iron versus the 7 wood. And I know we joke about it by special conditions, windy, but there's times when I feel like when I'm swinging pretty decently, it's I'd rather have the 4 iron than the 7 wood. So it's one of those ones I can go interchange, because they're the lofts are about the same, 21 or 22, wherever they're set at. But yeah, massive trade in. Obviously, the old irons went, old 3 wood or 5 wood, whatever I had, like 4 wedges, mez putter, and it was like almost like $1,000 trade in. And then
Yeah.
they
That's awesome.
Taylor, yeah, and then TaylorMade also has the ID Me, those discounts for all that stuff.
Hmm.
And I just said, you know what, let me try that. And ID Me said, oh, teacher, click, boom, took like an extra like 10 or 15% off.
Wow.
So KBS shafts, new set of irons for like 200 and something bucks after everything. And I was like,
That is not bad.
duh, no
Yeah.
brainer. I mean, PGA wanted me to buy through them, but I was like, I'm just going through TaylorMade.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you haven't hit them yet, correct? Or you have?
Not full bag. I did take it out a week ago and messed with it, and they still feel good. Forge feel is undeniable.
It's awesome. Well, good. Gonna
Yeah.
have to get you
So
out
it was
and
fun. It was
actually
good.
go swing those. Yeah, they're pretty clubs. And I'm with you on the battle worn. The battle worn looks good, but not if you have to wait, another 3 months and potentially not have clubs.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'm not getting in a lot of golf right now, but I still don't want to be missing half
Well,
a set.
and in fairness, I know someone that has the black set of P790s, and the paint wears off pretty quick. So I wonder if that battle worn is going to wear off as well.
That was a part of my reservation, because even though they're gunmetal black, whatever, because I had gunmetal Cleveland wedges, but you could see the gunmetal finish was wearing, and it was getting more to that polished undercoat.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. And I've never tried the copper ones. The copper ones look cool, but I don't know if that finish will wear off either.
Yeah, I don't know. I, I've
So
always
it
just
is
been
unique.
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But
Well, that's good.
it's kind of neat though, looking at it all uniform. It's KVS's are the matte shaft, and then
Mhm.
it's the matte head, so it's a nice uniform look. Oh, and then mid-size grips for sure. Oh, and then the Tensei 1K orange
Did it
came
come in?
in, got it cut to 45 and a quarter. Um, and then I configured my head weight just a little bit. I haven't hit that one because I just got it this week, and so gonna attach it and then see how it goes.
Try to get out sometime soon.
Yeah, try to.
Try at least hit the
Maybe
range.
when the fairway's ice over, probably at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good. That's I'm with you. I haven't barely touched my clubs. I'm gonna try to go to the range tomorrow, but I haven't. I mean, last weekend I was busy. Took Casey well all last
Hmm.
week really because we did Wednesday. It was dinner with the in-laws for her birthday, and then Thursday baseball game, and then we go into staycation mode and stayed out at PGA, and we didn't do a dang thing. I mean, we had drinks, ate food, went to. Have you heard of World Spa or World Springs? It's a spa out in Grandscape. So we did that. 40 different pools, all of varying temperatures. Um, that was interesting. It was fun. I thought it was going to be really kind of, I'm going to say calm. Think, oh, it's kind of like a spa, and it even smells like a spa when you walk in. Um, man, they had some drinks going and some music on the adult only side. And when we walked in, there was someone that was very unwell from drinking too much and sitting in a hot tub for too long, apparently. So it was not totally the vibe that I thought it
Oh,
was going to be, but it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed
interesting.
it. I got Casey in the ice plunge, which I didn't think I would get her to do, and it was only 55 degrees, so it wasn't like cold. It was cold. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like cold cold. Um, but she went in like a champ. I didn't think I'd get her to. She was peer pressured by her friend that came with us and her friend's husband. Um, the three of us got in. So Casey was like, "Well, I mean, I guess I have to." So she did. Uh,
Oh, ice baths are awesome.
I love them. I love them. We have an ice pod in the backyard. Granted, during the summer, it's impossible to get it to temperature. You got to dump a full dump truck worth of ice and thing.
It's just all ice. Don't even worry about it. Just make it
Yeah,
all ice.
just get in. Uh, but that was really interesting. Then we kind of finished at the truck yard and didn't get home until noon the next day or something like that. I and then I had to go to baseball practice. So I
Yeah.
have not touched I have not touched the range, and I need to try to go tomorrow evening because I finally got my driver back, which is
You're right.
a half inch short. So I went the other direction. You went long. I'm going short. Uh, cut my driver a half inch short, and I dropped it down to 7.5 degrees. So we're gonna see if I can get kind of a low kind of bomber that just runs out as soon as it hits the ground.
Yeah.
um, and I got the 7 wood in the bag, built out in the bag.
Yeah.
So I am ready to go hit that thing and see if it does what I want it to, like it was when I got fit for it.
Well, it's the DS33, right? Or whatever, that
Yep.
DS Adapt.
Yeah, the
So
DS
you could
Adapt.
tinker with that a lot.
God, yeah. Well, there's only two settings that I tried in the fitting. I put it on the build spec that they were going to if they built it. I just got really lucky. I know we talked about this a week or 2 weeks ago, but the shaft that I bought on eBay already had an
Hmm.
MCC plus 4 grip midsize on it, and it was already tipped out with the DS Adapt tip. So it
Was it, and
it got
obviously the
here,
right length?
and it was already 7 wood length. So it literally showed up to my house. I took it out of the box and put it right on the head. I'm like, cool, club done, in the bag. Let's go.
Love it. Yeah,
So
love it. I try to, like,
that's
I've
what I'm looking
gone through
forward to.
shafts over the last several years. Do what?
I have one, two, three, I have 5 extra shafts right now because every
Yeah.
time I get a club, it comes with a shaft, and I end up putting a custom shaft in it, and the old shaft just gets tossed in that empty golf bag with my extra wedges, and now I don't have as
Oh,
many
I
empty
think I've
clubs because I traded in everything.
think I've got, at least 1, 2 Ventus Reds, I think a TR Blue or 2 TR Blues, but these are, again, a driver to, 3 or 5 wood
Mhm.
combinations because I've been always of the mindset of trying to keep brand and shaft consistent so the feels the same, but then I know learning more and what you want, particularly out of that club, maybe a different shaft is for that purpose. So I've experimented, but what Mike said, like obviously weeks ago, you could get the different shaft brands, but look for the same characteristics. So at least mine are
Yeah.
all the similar characteristics, just different.
I'd be interested to see how similar my shafts are because I played 3 different shafts in my graphites, right? I have an Acura, a Tour AD, and my, what is the last one? I'm totally blanking out. Oh, the Ventus Black. So
Hmm.
I'm pretty interested in seeing what those would look like, from a characteristic standpoint. But either way, looking forward to hitting those. Looking forward to see how they interact on the course. I'm gonna get out on Sunday and play with my buddy. I got to continue my ball testing. I need another few rounds
Yes.
with that. Yeah, we did talk about that last week. I guess we did kind of push that off. And Mike's not here because he's the ball lover. As far as this topic, but he
Yeah.
can listen and
Makes sense.
give feedback. The So I tried the Wilson Staff Tour X and the Chrome Tour Triple Diamond, and y'all asked me, and I never responded. How I like them as they compared to each other. Um, and I didn't really get a true feel, right? Because I told you the first 6 holes of my last round weren't great. The first 5 holes weren't great. I was my swing. We didn't get to warm up. I hadn't really touched my clubs. Um, but once I felt like my swing was good, I shot level par with the Wilson Staff Tour X, the 6 through 9, and then I shot level par with the Triple Diamond. Um, I will say off the driver face, I think the Triple Diamond's a little hotter, which the ball data showed different on the Golf Spy. So that was a little interesting. And then from a spin perspective, I felt like the Triple Diamond was grabbing more on the green,
Hmm.
and kind of more of a penetrating ball flight. So if I had to go buy a box of one today and said pick, it would be the Triple Diamond. But I got to put the Wilson Staff through a little bit more testing to really commit to that.
Yeah, that's funny too because I went back, looked at the ball data again, and I have some triple dimes which I just barely used when we last did our little get together. And yeah, I noticed the right off the face at the firmer cover, it came off hotter for sure. And then the spin grab on the greens was definitely noticeable. But yeah, I'm curious to though. I got the Max Flies and I've got the Strixon XVs, which is still stated, but the only issue I might be concerned with is the XVs are a little spinnier, and I'm trying to knock down spin because I tend to spin more. So
Hmm.
I'd be curious to see how they behave um, differently.
Yeah, and it's weird because like for me, driver and wedges, we've talked about this, need two different things. We talked about how the 7 wood
Hmm.
that I built when I was playing the Pro V1 was perfect, but then when I hit the Pro V1 with my wedge, I'm not getting near enough spin. So then I have to go to the Pro V1X, but then I get more of that balloon shot with the 7 wood. So that's why I need to go test it a little more. Is got to find that balance of what's more important to me, and my gut tells me it's the spin. So I'm always probably
Hmm.
going to stick. But my my other thing is if like I go to Triple Diamond, I can only get that at one place, or I got to order them. and I am the
Where?
worst about being
Oh, yeah.
proactive with ball. Yeah, PGA only has one set, like it's literally one sliver of the triple diamonds, and it's only triple track, which I can't stand. So if I want a different type than the triple diamond triple track, I have to order it, or I have to go to PGA on my way home one day. And I'm just terrible about being proactive about getting balls. So if that's the
Yeah.
case, I got to sit and like order 4 boxes at a time. So I always have them here.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to I know if you go to Callaway's website, I think you can get the different configurations, triple track, simple, or whatever
I
on
would
that
assume
line.
I just can't stand the triple track. I don't know
I haven't looked
why.
that close. I know Amazon you can get. I think you can get them on Amazon too, but I don't remember if it's triple track or just their standard marking.
If that's the case, I'm sure my wife has can figure that out real fast. Oh, Callaway's website is running a deal right now, 2 for $95. So, you know, $15 off. Not bad. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I still have I didn't lose. I think I lost one triple diamond. So I still have 11. I don't know where all my Wilson staffs went, if I'm being honest. I know I took one out and putted with it in the backyard. Because I wanted to putt with it, and I took one and hit it in the garage in the into the net. I don't know where the other 9 went. Hopefully they're in my bag. I don't know. We'll find them.
Maybe they're in the truck.
Yeah, what's in the truck?
Well, that'd be good. Be curious to see how you feel about them.
Yeah.
And then was there a third option, or you were only going to stick with two?
Well, I was gonna look at the Max Fly like you, the Tour X, but or X, whatever it's called. It's too spinny. I could tell right off the jump because it was like 600 RPMs more spin than the other two,
Yeah, I'll have
and
to.
I just don't need that.
I think that one is like in the middle between the XV, the triple diamond, and depending on the if it's I forget driver is like it's better lower spin, but the triple diamond just had the better ball speed. The XV had the lower ball speed, but it was like better on the what. That's why I was like, I'm curious to see playing them like how they
Yeah.
look differently for me.
Yeah, it's always interesting, and for us, we get all types of weather here. We get freezing cold, we get the wind, so it's finding the right thing that fits all the conditions. So we'll go through that. That takes more, range time and play time, which neither of us are getting right now. Man, it's been a hell of a week for us. I mean, it's been lacrosse and baseball on the same night. And then it was soccer
Mm-hmm.
practice. Then it was lacrosse again today, which I barely made it to because we had an issue on one of my projects. So I didn't even leave Dallas until close to 5. And I'm supposed to be in McKinney at 5:30, so that didn't freaking happen.
Oh, that is
And then
rough.
got home at what 7:20, scarf dinner, and ran upstairs to get this started and had technical difficulties. So it's
Yeah.
been a day, but we don't have baseball tomorrow. So I'm going to the range tomorrow sometime between end of work and bedtime. I'm gonna make it to the range.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'd say like team had tournaments Monday, Tuesday. Even though you're just riding around the cart watching and talking, it's you just still get drained, and then the heat and everything was just not fun. And then practice today, practice tomorrow, and then Shelby's got a girls' night thing after work tomorrow, so got miles. Um, and then being the responsible person, I've been slacking on my checkups and stuff, so got some blood work ordered and
There
having
you
them come
go.
to the house. So I have to fast from like Friday night to Saturday, so I'm gonna be useless.
Yeah, I did
Oh
that a few
man.
weeks ago. I had a 2 o'clock appointment, so I had to fast until 2. That was that was fun. Well, yeah. Then next week, I mean, I would assume you're not playing. I'm probably not playing next week because it's Ryder Cup week. Like I'm not.
Well, yeah.
There's no chance I'm
Well,
playing
and
golf when the Ryder Cup's on.
and I'm not gonna be able to watch it. Well, technically, I mean Thursday, but I'm working. Um, but Friday morning we're leaving to Southern California to visit Maddie for the weekend. So we'll be flying Friday, get in. We're doing actually a 1 day because we still have a leftover ticket from the spring to Disney. So we're going in, do a day at Disney, and then flying out Sunday. So quick Disney
Oof.
trip, see
Yeah.
Maddie. It's mostly for Miles, just to have fun with it. We're taking the adult. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. Just we're
Yeah.
chilling. We're having a good time, getting away from Texas, getting away from work, using our ticket that we paid for. But of course, we had to pay for new plane tickets and hotels. But it's worth it, right?
Yeah. Parent math
So
right
I'm not
there.
going to be able to catch any of the Ryder Cup except for my phone be ESPN alerts. Hey, US or Europe or whatever, 9-4 or 4-5 or whatever the results are going to be.
Well, I don't. I don't even know how it's going to go. I don't know how
Mm-mm.
much of the pro core you watched because I watched. I don't know, 30 minutes total over the weekend.
Mm. It was
I didn't.
literally on when I did my laundry and turned it off,
Yeah.
came back, flipped it on. Um, but I will say, I mean, when I saw the lineup for it, and I know this tournament because I've stayed at this resort where they've played at, and I actually played at it years ago when I was a kid, not even into golf. Um, and I was like, "Well, Scotty's there?" And then I saw JT. I was like, "What the heck? This is a very low level tournament. Like, the course is not even like to me." From what I remember, even just staying there a few years ago, I was like, the course is nothing like major caliber. I just not to what they usually play. It's like they're a negative 18-1, so it's kinda like TPC Craig Ranch. It's just not hard.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be hard.
19. Yeah, 19 under one. And honestly, the 30 minutes I watched was on Thursday, Friday, uh, because what I thought was cool, the tournament paired all of the guys together for the first two
Mhm.
rounds. Um, so we kind of got a picture of who might be playing with who next weekend.
I
But
mean, they did that on purpose. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. And the practice rounds, I know Keegan was messing around with some stuff based on just what I've read and heard. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen there. But I'm looking at the scoreboard now, and I'm um thoroughly concerned because it is a relatively easy tournament, and you
Mhm.
have what, 6 guys? Yeah, 6 guys in the top 20, which is awesome. Obviously Scotty won it, Ben Griffin 2, JJ Spawn 6, Cameron Young 9. So that's good to see two new guys
Yeah.
to the Ryder Cup on. They're playing well. They're playing strong. Sam Burns T13, so that's awesome. Then you have Henley. Um, but then you go T30, T43, T43, and 69 for JT. I didn't even get in red numbers. I mean, he's +1.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we
well,
when
Dennis,
we did
I'm looking
the
at yeah.
yeah when we did the Ryder Cup kind of talk, I mentioned, I get the pick of JT because he's kind of been the heart and soul of the team. We had Patrick Reed, what I'll call it mid 2000s, early 2000s, and he was kind of the fiery player that had the passion. And then JT kind of slid into the group from there, and JT and Spieth were kind of that passion, and JT is still that passion. But man, he's not playing well.
I just don't after last Ryder Cup and the fact that he got picked after the abysmal year he had that year, and I don't even think he made FedEx Cup playoffs that year, and they still picked him.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember. I think I want to say like he missed by one shot or something like that
it
because
was
he
he had
almost
a
like
chip
chipped it in or
in.
something. Yeah,
Yes. Mhm. He had to chip it in, he would have been in, but he missed, but he shouldn't have been in that position if, the caliber player that he is. Yeah, I think JT, not that he's out of his prime, but I think he is in the sense of the highest level com competition because he's not solid. He had the first couple match or tournaments in the year, which were good, and then he just fell off. Um, as far as performance, yeah, I'm still favoring Europe in my opinion. But what gave me a little bit more push towards the Americans that, hey, this is what I've been telling my golf team, guys. We got to get rid of this individualistic approach and start working together better. And the fact that they did that at this tournament, grouped them together, paired them together. So they're like, hey, look, what kind of combinations can we kind of mess with
Yeah.
going in?
Well, and we talked about it. The fact that they didn't let Bryson play in this is stupid. And then obviously
Yeah,
Shoffley having a
that was
baby,
dumb.
we knew Shoffley wasn't going to play with the baby, and that's respectable. I mean, he fits exactly what we're talking as a golf dad. You have to sometimes you do have to prioritize your family, and this is a guy that does it for his money, and he prioritized being there for his kid. And I'm sure he knows the next 2 weeks are going to be absolute hell for him. I mean, he's going to be practicing how much, and then they fly out to New York over the weekend, probably Saturday, Sunday, Monday timeframe
Yeah.
to start prepping for the Ryder Cup. So, um,
And, but
eh,
Shoffley's
I-
pretty consistent.
yeah, I'm not too worried about him. Granted, he hasn't been playing bad. I mean, he missed he missed Eastlake. He didn't make the top 30 this year.
Right.
So I mean, he was playing bad, and he was actually on one of my favorite podcasts to listen to is the Foreplay guys,
Hmm.
and he was on that one last week that they released on Tuesday, I think. Um, and even he kind of said he was like, "Look, this is the best time for me to play bad. I could take some time off. I can miss a tournament. I can be here for the kid." So I think mentally, even though he was not playing great going into the tournament or sorry into the playoffs, uh,
Hmm.
I think mentally he's in a good spot, and I think he's going to come back and be fine just based on listening to him. But like you said, he's very, very even keel for the most part. But I mean, you look at the European side, and Rory won the Irish Open, which I think everyone
Scheffler
played
won.
in. Scheffler won, but I there really wasn't anyone else. I was looking at this, and it doesn't let me sort it because they hate me, and I have to create an account to do that. But like Lowry, I think was yeah, he's tied 15th. Is Dietrich in it? Can't remember if Dietrich. I don't think Dietrich
I
is.
don't think
No,
Dietschy was picked.
no, he wasn't.
What about
So
Hogard or Fitzpatrick, Oberg?
I didn't see Fitz. Hatton is 42, so that wasn't great for him. Fitzpatrick did not play. Oh, he's not in it, anyways. Is he? Alex
Was it
Fitzpatrick
Fitz?
played, but not. I don't. Maybe not all of them played. Yeah, because Oberg didn't play either. Apparently,
Yeah, I think they might. I don't know if they made the trip back over just to come back. Did Rosie play in the Irish?
I doubt it because he lives in Florida. Yeah, he didn't play in the Irish either. So, it looks like only a couple of them played. So it looks like the European team is coming in kind of like America did last year, where they didn't touch their clubs since what would that be? The BMW right before they
Yes.
picked their.
Yeah.
It's probably the last time all of them played.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe they're going to come in rusty. Maybe we're going to come in great because we have been playing and they've been doing more as a team. But seeing, four of our 12 guys T30 or less is definitely scary. I mean, Patrick Cantlay being T30 he's only two behind Russell Henley at T19. So maybe it's not that scary at the end of the day. But
Yeah, but Procore Napa Silverado is not Beth Page.
man, you know who I feel really bad for? Lanto Griffin. He is a guy that has been trying his best to keep his tour card. I think he went back to Q school.
I
Um,
think he did.
and he finished third, 2 strokes behind Scotty and Ben Griffin, neither of which will be playing this tournament if it weren't for the Ryder Cup. So
Yeah,
Lanto
he
Griffin
could have
could
won.
have won and secured his spot on the tour for, isn't it 3 years if you win a tournament? I think you get your tour card for 3 years.
I think
Um,
so, and he gets an automatic bid to that
all of the signature
Century.
events. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you get an automatic bid to all the signature events throughout the year. So that's life changing for a guy like Lanto, and he just happened to play well on the week before the Ryder Cup when all of the guys are there, and that sucks for him. I
Scotty's there.
I feel that pain.
Scotty could have pulled back.
just let
Yeah,
someone else
then
win,
Scotty
man.
saying he's like, winning's not for it's winning golf is not for me. I just do it because I love the game. All right, then back off. Let this guy win who needs it. You're locked
Yeah,
in for the
come
next
on.
10 years, dude.
Okay, so I read
This guy's
something
trying to
the
keep
other
his
day.
card.
I'm gonna look this up because it was a shocking fact to me.
Oh, be curious what you found, or maybe I came across it too and didn't think anything of it.
So apparently, if you hit 20 wins on the PGA Tour, you get lifetime status. And Scotty is at 19, I believe. I did not
Is
know
that a new
that.
rule?
That is, I don't know. I came across it the other day and I meant to look it up. So I'm saying that I want to look into it because it could just be false news. But I mean, that's what CBS Sports says.
Because I think to be eligible for the Hall of Fame, I think you have to have 15 wins and 2 majors, or 20 wins and no majors, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I mean, this is on CBS Sports website. It says the PGA Tour rewards lifetime membership to golfers who win 20 tournaments and complete 15 seasons on the circuit. So if Scotty wins one more tournament and then plays another 13 years, which I would assume he would, right? 14, no, 12 years. He came out in 22, right? Something like that. Then he gets
Has it
lifetime
only been out that
status.
long? Thought he
Well,
was
yeah, because
pro.
he won the Masters in 23, right? Because then John won in 24, and then he won again in 22. Because John won in 23, he won in 24, and then put the jacket on whoever. I can't even remember who won this year. Oh, Rory.
So
Rory won this year.
Scheffler, his professional tour started at 2018 on the Corn Ferry. Then he dominated Corn Ferry. Then he made his first PGA debut in 2020.
Okay, so he's already been on for 5 years. So if he does 10 more years and wins one more tournament, he has lifetime status. Not that the guy needs guaranteed money, but he essentially gets to be Tiger Woods and just playing whatever tournament he wants to whenever he wants.
Okay. Well, okay, except for those few, like the U.S. Open, right? Because Tiger technically has to qualify for the U.S. Open.
No, but he has a lifetime invite. No, Tiger has a lifetime invite, I thought, to U.S. Open.
I thought he joked about it last year, the year before. He's like, I have to qualify for the U.S. Open. And he was joking because he's like, I don't know how. Because he's always, ever since he's been playing, he was always automatic based on his amateur win status, and then obviously everything else.
That's a great. You're probably correct. But he has lifetime invites to the Masters because he's won. PGA gets, and he's exempt for 5 years from this year for the PGA. So yeah, he would still have to qualify for the majors, but
he still has his card. Like he doesn't need to Q school it, and
not that he can get points through playing in that stuff. So I don't know. I read that and I thought it was pretty interesting.
Well,
so I think he's going to be
Yeah, quick side note though, it does sound like Tiger is gearing up to play in his little charity foundation event. I've seen some clips of him actually hitting.
Well, I think he did play, right? Because I know he did clinics, and I think he played with Steph Curry and Del Curry in their group.
Oh, did he really? Okay.
I think he did, but who knows how many shots he actually hit. Obviously there's no cameras, but I mean, this is the time of year that he kind of goes quiet and then starts to pick up because they have the Hero World Championship in Bermuda, and then they do the PNC in December. Him and Charlie obviously have always they've generally played the past 3-4 years. So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to play that. Speaking of Tiger Woods, I went to PGA the other day after our conversation about shoes. Dude, I tried on those Sunday Reds. Holy cow, they're so comfortable. The Ospreys, yeah, no, because it is funny. This guy walks up, and he put a box of them back, and he was like, "Man, have you tried these before?" I was like, "No, my buddy and I were talking about them." I've always been a traditional shoe wearer, but I've just getting to the point like comfort really trumps look for me. And like, if I'm being honest, the toe box of the traditional FootJoys or any traditional shoe, like a dress shoe, just doesn't fit me well. That's why I wear square toe boots mostly.
Mhm.
It's just it's a better toe box for me. It's more comfortable. I know we're at that age that we're talking about a freaking toe box in a shoe, but it's more comfortable.
Orthotics.
Yeah. So this guy's like, as soon as I said toe box, and he was, if I had to guess, mid 50s, and pretty fit guy. As soon as I said toe box, he like almost did one of those like, oh, dude, you're telling me like, no joke, the toe box is amazing on them. I played 3 rounds. I loved them. I'm only here because I'm contemplating getting a second pair in a different color. He was like, I end up wearing these out more than I play on the golf course. And I was like, one, how do you do that? Because any pair of shoe I get, I feel like gets grass stains on them. So how do you dual purpose them? And I know that's the whole point of them is like from the course to off the course, but from a look perspective, I'd be interested in how do you keep them clean enough to be able to go do that. But I tried them on and it felt so good. So I think those are going to happen soon because
Mhm.
I do need a new pair. Um, man,
Yeah,
I was shocked.
honestly, I would probably get the Osprey because I do like the white with the navy trim that's, like, on the heel and just a little speck of
Yep, yep.
navy. I would probably wear them more as a work shoe than a golf
Absolutely,
shoe because I
absolutely.
if you look at the tread at the bottom, it made me a little, like, skeptical, like, don't know if that's gonna give me enough grip on the bottom, even though they're designed to be, but I feel like they are more casual to mat, to indoor play than going out to a muddy course.
And that's the only thing I mean, we talked about this last time when you showed your painters. Is that's the only thing I'm concerned about? Would is the traction? But it's worth it to try them and see how they go. Worst case scenario, I hate them and I just use them as casual shoes because I mean, they look.
They
I
look
I have
good.
a pair of the own Rogers, which is the Roger Federer tennis shoe,
Mhm.
and they look just freaking like them. Uh, I was looking at the all whites because I just thought they look clean. They match anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
But man, so comfortable.
I have an all white leather Travis Mathew, like, sneaker loafer like that, and I've had them for 4 years. Super comfortable.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I was
don't
like, maybe I'll get the
generally.
different."
I don't go through tennis shoes fast. Like I've had my 2 pairs of owns I've had since 2022, and I wore them all around Spain and put God knows how many miles on them, but I wear boots every day to work, so my sneakers or tennis shoes are either after work or weekend shoes only. Um, so I generally make them last a while, but
Mhm.
we'll see. I'm they were calling my name. I tried them on and they felt so good. So
Even the regular ones the Cypress felt so good, but if the Osprey are only, like, 160, so they're in a normal tennis shoe range.
yeah, owns are 160, and we were saying that the other week is they're the the FootJoy traditions that I wear now are like 145. So it's like 15 extra bucks,
Mhm.
but I can maybe walk in them more or they just feel better because I've again getting apparently getting old and that we have well documented my health journey that I'm on right now with nutritionist and working out and trying to watch my weight and just get healthier for the kids. Um, is it plantar fasciitis? Is that the tendon that goes up the heel where your heel hurts after? Is
No,
that the right
the
one?
plantar fasciitis is the arch of your foot. The Achilles
What
tendon is on the back on the heel.
what's that one? They call that something, but it's like every time I play or every time I'm on my feet for a long period of time, like my heels hurt. Like there are days that I have played golf and the next day I wake up and step down on the
That's not
ground and like my heel is like in a lot of pain. So I need
just
to
may just be general Achilles tendonitis.
yeah, like as I touch my heel right now, like it is tender to the touch because I'm up on my feet all day for 2-3 days
Is
a
it on
week, walking
the
job sites.
back side
The
of your
back,
heel or bottom side? All right, then that's
back
definitely, I think,
back
more
and under.
Achilles.
Yeah, it's definitely yeah, I'm gonna have to look at it because it's bad. So finding shoes that are comfortable is a must right now.
How tight? All right.
Um,
How tight are your calves? Like, if you go just above it where it kinda narrows just above the ankle bone and push on the sides, if it's your Achilles and it's tight, it will feel like rods. Like, if it's tight and hurt to squeeze.
this is awkward. I'm making eye contact as I'm feeling my calf. Feel exposed right now. Really vulnerable. Um,
We were talking about half inch and all sorts of things
this is
today.
this is what happens when Mikey's not on. We have no one to keep us within the rails. Now we know. Mike is the one that keeps us kind of straight on our conversations as you and I sit here and veer off in every which way. Um,
We do veer off.
all right. The only other thing I wanted to talk through with you. One, um, where's our merch, man? Where's our merch?
Yeah, so,
You
gosh.
dropped it on me and I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, gosh, I'm so and I apologize, like, that's been the person and I think they're cutting us a little bit of break because I'm not going through, like, a big shop. They're just someone who's I know through affiliated through the school, and they've take care of a ton of our merch for the school, so I know I'm kind of like we're like a small,
Yeah.
like but, it took me a while to get images, and they needed the images layered and transparent in certain ways, so I finally got all of that sent to them, and then they responded, and they got some simple design mock-ups, and then she's now asking we need to get to a point of, like, which ones we wanna pick for the screening, because the
Hmm.
way they would do it and I'm learning all of this, I have no idea about how all this goes. So what they do is they have to take the items that are being screened, then they have to send them to whoever, and they become a digital platform that can be pressed into the machine, put into the machine, Cricut or whatever you want to call it. Then it can be used. So right now it's like it's a general image, but needs to be put into whatever format their machines can use. So yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where now it's like I haven't had any time lately just to sit down and say, okay, I want this to be priced and quoted to be digitally screened, um, set, and then I'll drop the shirts and stuff off, and then just after that, it should be pretty quick. Um, just I guess stamping all the stuff, but I know we're doing the hats, getting that, and the embroidery is the easy one. That was easy. And then it's just a matter of screening, and I think I'm probably just gonna have them screen. I gave them 2 options, just screen all the options and just, hey, display them. Just like, "Hey, which is
Yeah. And
more
just go
eye-catching
from
and
there.
grabbing?" And yeah, and then, alright. And then if we don't like them, then it's like, "Okay, start over."
Cool. So what? Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So,
Awesome.
I'm hoping, like, this next within this week to approve which ones I wanna send in and screen and just be like, "All right, let's focus on these few," and then maybe one and I sent her a couple other big back screens. I think I'm just gonna pick one of those and then just say and I'm more concerned about the logo, like, the logo I wanna go with. Yep.
To see those. um, yeah, and I guess along those lines, we as I was sitting and thinking about what I wanted to talk through today, and we've had some heavy episodes over parenting, and then obviously our special episodes since we've released 2 this week. That we did about the events that happened last week. It was one of those. I wanted to come on here and do an actual check in with you. Give everyone a little behind the scenes vibes, conversations that we have because we always talk. I'm gonna say maybe 10ish minutes prior to the podcast where we're talking about okay, these are kind of topics we're going to be covering, and then afterwards we kind of talk, and that's more friendly of what do we got going on, what are things that we didn't necessarily say that because I think we obviously talk a lot more than just on this podcast, but Um, what have you really loved doing about this so far? We're what 13 weeks in now. Um, what if what have you? It's flown. It has flown by, and I think everyone that's listened to um, all of these podcasts. But what do you love the most? What are you getting out of this?
Yeah, it's funny when we think back, it's like telling Shelby's like, yeah, we're 13, 12, 13 episodes in, 3 months, 3 months worth of episodes, recordings. And, we're back on what's you were saying, like usually episode 4 or 5 is where you either break through to keep momentum or it's like, and I feel like we always can find something to go with because, we do talk about life outside of golf. Because if we were strictly just golf, yeah, I think we would probably be dead in the water because our lives just aren't conducive to that. But I think it's just the biggest thing for me is just how I think for both of us, it's opened us up a little bit more and definitely make us more vulnerable to the public. And then I know my family, or at least some of my friends, and then my girls, they like watching, um, and they don't listen to the Spotify component. They actually watch the YouTube component because, um, to me, I think there's still a small part that it's not about just hearing my voice, but it's like, oh, hey, there's my dad. And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think I think there's that part of it. So I actually get a little bit of joy out of this and hearing some of my friends and stuff like, oh yeah, you got a little thing going, and it sounds really cool. Haven't been able to watch all of them, so I was like, okay. So being able to talk about this, and golf is our avenue. You know, if pickleball is your avenue, or baseball, or basketball, or hockey, I think all of this is relatable, and just how we go through our struggles, and we're just sharing like, hey guys, we're living life, we're putting our priorities with family, but yet we're still trying to find ways to keep our golf games relevant through understanding like the ball data, understanding the equipment better, um, in ways also that are not breaking the bank essentially, because we're swapping things and trying to manage our budgets and not get out of control. So there's definitely a lot of pluses that I think what we say are very relatable to the masses, which hopefully, we start to pick up more steam and, try to get some more connections as we continue to grow.
Yeah, and I think obviously we would never be opposed to like a brand deal where we're getting clubs, right? That'd be awesome. We can review, we can look at that. But to your point, it's we're buying our own stuff. We're looking at our own stuff. We're testing everything out. And for me, like until I stop getting the texts that are like, dude, I was thinking that the other day, or y'all hit it on the head. That's a great point. Or because every episode that releases, I get from my friends that listen, I get those texts. They're like, I was just thinking about that, man. Or the fitting conversations have been um have really taken all my text threads. It's been crazy
Mhm.
because they're all asking about fitting questions. And oh man, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm gonna try that now. The ball thing lit a whole nother conversation. And then the special episode, I got a bunch of texts about that too. One guy just saying that he did go to a school kind of like where you teach at, where they had a mini TSA check, and I did not grow up doing that. So he was like, "Oh yeah, we had to do that. It was crazy. It just is what it is." It's like, "Oh, I didn't know that about you. That's awesome." So it's open an avenue to deepen some conversations and friendships that I had that I might have talked to them once a month, and now we're texting every other day. So it's kind of recreated that foundation of some friendships. So I mean, it's had a lot of benefits getting on here, and I think as we continue to find our feet, obviously we were texting the other day about what the schedule through the rest of the year looks like with holidays and everything. But as we continue to find our feet and talk through stuff, it'd be nice to hear what other people might want to hear. Hopefully, we get to a point that we can even have more guest speakers. I mean, I have a couple friends that I've had loose conversations with that are in the golf industry about coming in. Uh, but if we can continue this traction, hopefully we can expand that and grow that more. And I don't know where, I don't know how, but
Mhm.
it's problem solving, and it's been fun. I've enjoyed it, um, and look forward to seeing how many more of these we can put out.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I know talked about trying to get actual more golf content of just, hey, we're just dads having fun and trying to create some, content here while we're doing something we love, but life just is crazy, and so I know a lot of people would enjoy that, but I also know just the antics of our life. Like, obviously, Shelby brings a different level of entertainment and laughter that I think is very real and genuine, that it connects to husband and wives and people in relationships. Like, oh, okay, this is real. It's not just us,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just part of it. We're not full time content creators. This is a side gig for us. It's a hobby. So there's definitely times that I'm really good about putting stuff on our social medias, and then there's times that it's just been a heck of a week. I am behind like 3 games worth of video footage on my 2 of my kids getting their stuff on the computer and editing, and because I now that I've been in that world, I've enjoyed doing it for the kids. And I'll show them little videos that I don't ever post, but they enjoy it. So I'll create stuff for them. I'm like 3 games behind. I think I have 2 of Grayson's games and 1 of Isabella's that I haven't even spent any time getting on my computer. And then there's times that I post. I can post 2 3 times a day. It's the ebbs and flows of
Mhm.
life, but it's been fun. Yeah, I think we're both learning a lot of new things, and I'm a big fan of just continued education and always picking up new stuff, whatever that is. So I've enjoyed it for all those reasons, and I'm gonna continue to.
I mean, I enjoyed that, putting a little promo video of my new stuff, but I'm gonna tell you, it took me like 45 minutes to put it together
It it
because I was
it
like,
takes
"What?"
it takes a touch. It's tough.
I was like, "Wait, what's this done? Oh, what's this one do? Oh, wait, I like that. Oh, wait, it's too short. I need it longer. Oh, I like this one instead." Then I overlaid like 3 different effects. I was like, "Oh, what the hell? This doesn't look right." So I had to re-scrap it, and it's like, and then I start getting into more of the creative side, like, "Ooh, I needed to sequence right," and then at that point where whatever the final product was, like, "Okay, that's decent enough. Oh, I can add music. Oh, what music do I want?" And then I was like, "Ooh, there's a search." So, yeah, I was just like, "Okay, this is taking way too long," but I you get a little bit taste of it, but then, of course, in order to unlock certain features, you're like, "Oh, you need to pay a subscription. Here's a free week trial." Then it's whatever dollars after, and it's like, "Sure, free. Alright, after I'm done, cancel."
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's awesome. I think you and I definitely have got to get back out. I think we started this podcast, and everyone probably thought we played together all the time. This is a lot more of the normal. We have not played together
Mhm.
since we did the wife date, which was early August, so 2 months, almost.
Yes.
Because it
Like,
was
2nd
before
week of
school started.
school?
It was
Yeah,
that was
our
before
1st week of
school started.
school?
Yeah.
Like, oh
So
my gosh, that's like 5
yeah,
weeks ago.
yeah, it's been a hot minute. We got to get out. I've always talked to a buddy of mine about trying to get together golfers to do some type of in in town tournament or league type thing. I think there's opportunity for us to ebb and flow into something like that where we can do the scrambling dad uh, tournament maybe once a year. So I got
Dude,
things I want to see come out of this. That's where I'd like to take it. Get some listeners involved, and kind of spread it that way, because that's where I think you and I have spread. I mean, we can get on social media. That's awesome, but I mean, we're 36 and 47. Like not that's not our niche. My niche is on the golf course. You get me out there, I'm happy. So let's go get a tournament or something.
yeah, actually, pulling together some sponsors and doing something like that, getting our Scrambling Dads tournament would be really freaking cool. And then, we get big enough, maybe to attract some influencers just to help promote it. Just, whatever.
Yeah, we luckily we live in the same town as some of the big guys, so maybe one of these days they'll catch on to this podcast and want to help a small guy out.
Dude, you know who
Well,
actually legitimately, we're not big enough yet, but I could see them possibly being more helpful is Dude Perfect over some of the straight golf content people.
yeah, I think so because they don't really do golf much. I know Tyler is a golfer and he's played in some of the
Mhm.
creator classics. Um, but yeah, I don't think they're huge golfers by any stretch, and obviously they're all of 10 minutes away from our hometown because they're based in Frisco, right?
Frisco, yeah.
And they're older. I think they're all well. Some of them. I mean, Tyler is older. I don't think the twins are that old.
No, I think they're actually all within our bubble of age ranges.
Yeah, it's like upper 20, low 30 through upper mid 40s, I think. Um, yeah, that'd be awesome. We'll
If we
see.
get Dude
We'll see.
Perfect to back us, oh my gosh.
Let's just go knock on their door. Hey, if anyone has
Hey,
a connection to Dude
Tyler,
Perfect, just send them this
Garrett,
episode.
was
Tell
it
them that
Cody,
we're
Colby?
yeah, just send them this episode. Tell them we're two dads trying to just get into a niche of 20-year-olds, and we'll see what happens. All right. Well,
Oh my
good.
goodness.
Like I said, next week, hopefully I will. Oh, I'm definitely getting out and playing on Sunday regardless. So I'll at least have some work with the 7 wood. So I'll find a reason to use it. Um, and we'll go from there. Anything else, Jason?
Yeah, no, I mean, we do wedding photography stuff on the side, so I actually got to finish some of that stuff up. But I believe I'm gonna try to get a decent range session in this weekend. But it's been a while since I've swung, so it's not gonna be anything super intense. But I just need to get the body moving again, get the muscles activated.
Absolutely. Well, it'll be good to get you out there. As always, everyone, new episodes every Wednesday, unless I type in the wrong day like I did this week. So our episode actually releases on Thursday. On Spotify, YouTube did release, which is good. But every Wednesday morning, Spotify, YouTube, give us a like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you're notified. And we'll keep this train rolling. So till next week, guys.